Hey guys, it's Ep13 and welcome back to episode 13 of my Liverpool career mode. Now today's episode we're going to be finishing off the January transfer window as well as getting into some matches of course. Got a game against Huddersfield to play in today's episode once we're out of the window. Other matches to play as well, a game against Tottenham and maybe a chance to get on to game against Southampton. Depends really how much activity we have in the final few days of the transfer window. Hopefully going to try and bring in one or two players, but it's going to be tough really, a very tight budget. I want to try and bring in Keita or bring him in ready for next season, but I just don't really have that sort of cash. So if we do try and bring him in, then we would have to try and get rid of someone and all to be able to bring him in. So that I don't know how likely that is to happen, to be honest, in today's episode. We'll wait and find out. You might receive some offers that I quite like towards the back end of this window. But before we get into today's episode, if we could try and hit 100 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and the bell button if you haven't already as well. And that'd be absolutely fantastic too. I'd really appreciate it. Obviously, by you liking the videos, it helps other people see the videos as well. So it does help me out massively by you doing that. Let's crack on with things. Let's, I think, just sim a few days. We're just going to wait to see what offers come in ourselves. Because we can't really make too many big moves ourselves with £11 million. So we've got to try and wait, I think, for other offers to come in. Whether they will come in, we'll have to wait and see. Transfer offer in here for Sadio Mane. Okay, not the sort of offer I wanted, but let's have a look. And Man City, £49.2 million. Okay. No player I want to sell at all, but I'm just curious to see exactly it's between the market value of 65.8 and 96.5. A lot of money, but still going to reject it. No interest in getting rid of him and dismantling our front three. On to transfer deadline day now. I'll wait to find out if we've got any more offers coming in. A loan offer for Andrew Robertson from Santos. Very strange deal. Not only the fact that it's a loan deal, but also the fact it's from Santos. Very strange, but again, going to be rejected. No interest in letting him leave. He is our, starting left back? Yeah, probably our starting left back. We've got Tierney also in the left back position that we can put there as well, but I'd say Robertson's probably the best in game. Bidding for Karius here, Arsenal, £18.3 million. So it's an interesting offer here for Karius from Arsenal. Now he is a player that I would consider getting rid of, as long as we had another player to come in, but we don't really have it. We've got currently Ward and Bogdan as our two of the goalkeepers. And to be fair, I would be happy with those two being our sort of backup keepers for the rest of the season. Then we just bring in somebody else for the new season. But the only way that this would really benefit us is if that money could be used for the Keita deal. Even if we sold them at 18 million, at 25 million pounds, it still wouldn't be 55 million pounds, which we need to sign Keita. So there's not really much point risking it and selling him for the sake of trying to bring in Keita, and actually we won't have enough money to do that anyway. So we're going to reject it. It doesn't really make too much sense for us to do that, especially not in the final few hours of the transfer window. And so we are going to reject that one. It's one of those sort of deals where it could have happened, but the amount just simply isn't enough, and we're never going to get the sort of amount that we'd need in order to put the money towards bringing in Keita for our midfield. So, yeah, it's not looking too likely that we're going to have that many other deals done, unless there's something here for Klein, £26.3 million from West Ham. Now, this is an amount that I will actually consider, but I think we'd have to get a little bit more, because they only really just got into his market value there. So, I'd be looking for more like 32, 35, that sort of region, maybe 30, but yeah, I think we'll negotiate here, we'll see. I mean, we wouldn't end up bringing a right back, we'd try and use the money for another deal. Maybe Keita, if we could stretch the budget that far, it'll be tough, but if we can get 35 for him, then we'd certainly be in a much better position. It's just whether we actually can get that sort of amount. I mean, to be honest, 30 could be enough, but I think we'll see what they say to 34. I'm more than ready for them to walk out the room here, because this is a lot of money I'm asking for Klein. So I'm expecting that that might be the case here. David Moyes might just do that. No, he's come back and said 26.3. Okay, so that's good. He's not left the room just yet. Although I certainly wouldn't rule it out. We'll go with £32 million. I don't really want to go too much lower than that. We'll wait and see again what they say. 28.1. Not interested in a sell-on clause though. I'm going to again say £32 million. Let's see what they say to that. 30.5. They're creeping up. They're definitely creeping up. This could actually be matched here. He could end up leaving. And we're going to try and stick to our guns a little bit here. So we're going to go 31.9. They've surely got to match that. We're not that far away now. Are they gonna? Yes, they are. 31.9, that 100 grand off, has maybe confirmed that deal. Klein could well be moving to West Ham before the end of the transfer window. That £31 million should give us maybe £28 million added on to the budget. If we rearrange things, then we can probably put in a bid for Keita. Whether we can actually sign him is a different thing. We might be able to if we chuck in another player, possibly. We're certainly running out of time, though. This deal for Klein needs to get wrapped up very, very quickly. Otherwise, we've got no chance of bringing anybody in just a couple of hours. So it's getting very, very tight. We've got to make sure we get that deal done if it is going to be done. 4 hours to go. It has to be wrapped up in this one. Come on. Come on. Yes, he's gone. Right, okay. Klein has left the building. He's gone to West Ham. We've got some cash coming in. How much? 27.5, okay. Leaves a little bit shorter than where I wanted to be, but £43 million to spend. Keats, I think, is still going to be about 50, 55. He's going to be a very expensive player. But you can see his market value is 42.1 to 56.7. So we're going to approach to sign him. Let's see what happens. 84 rated player here. Could this be a very, very last-ditch signing in this transfer window? Let's wait and see. I want to try and offer a player to begin with. Not really too sure who, though, to be honest. So kind of winging it here a little bit. James Milner is the one I'm tempted to go with. As much as I really like James Milner, he's doing really well in real life at the moment. He's 32 years old. We have to try and find a space in the midfield. I think Milner's going to be the guy that we're going to offer. They might even be interested in a centre mid. Let's see. No, they're not. They want a left back. Of course you do. James Milner's a left back. Come on. He can basically play there-ish. Okay, so that really does restrict us, doesn't it? And that's not sort of a position I was willing to give up. Do we just get rid of Turney? It's tempting. I really like Robertson. He's obviously, I know he's 3 years older. I know he's only 1 overall better. But I do prefer him in game over Turney, so it is tempting to do that, but then we'd have to bring another left back. And we're really running out of time and running out of cash as well. Okay, we're going to risk it. £9 million. Let's see what they say. They might even want him anyway. And 46.6. We don't even have that sort of cash. This is ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to have to significantly lower that, and we're going to have to try and have enough money to buy a left back as well. And that's going to make things very difficult for us. It's really tricky to know exactly how much to offer here when you're chucking a player, because they value it differently to the £9 million that we offer. So that in combined fees will be 44. 44's in his market value, I think. Does that leave us with enough cash anyway? No, they wanted more. I can afford to sign him. The issue now is, because I've got rid of Klein, if I get rid of a left back as well, we're going to be struggling for fullbacks. Because Gomez, he can play left and right back, but he won't be able to fit 2 places in one squad. So yeah, that's difficult now. We've got Gallagher who can also play left back as well, but he's just not good enough overall wise. So we're struggling a little bit. We'd still have James Milner who can play left back, of course. That might just have to be the route we go down for the remainder of the season. Okay, so we'll go 37.5, remove the sell-on clause, see how we get on with that. Are we getting a little bit closer? Why has it gone up? You can't just make it go up like that. Okay, we'll have to go on the sell-on clause then. Clearly they really wanted a sell-on clause because that went up significantly, didn't it? So how's about we go with 38.5. See what they say to that, plus the 10% sell-on clause. This is looking like a good offer for them here. And Turney, it's a great offer. Sell-on clause of 5% is what they want. Okay, the very final offer that we can stretch to here, £40 million plus a 10% sell-on clause. In fact, we just increase it, I think. Well, we may as well just give them 25% sell-on clause, because I have no intentions of selling Keita anyway. So I think that's what we'll go with. Will I even have enough wage to bring him in? He might want signing on bonuses as well. Okay, we'll go 39. Give us another £1 million to spare. Let's submit the offer, see what they say. No, again, really, really struggling here. You've also got to bear in mind, as well as having to pay Keita's wages, I've also got to be able to pay any signing-on bonuses as well, which really makes the budget very, very tight here, as well as thinking about potentially trying to sign another player in order to fill in at left-back. So we obviously have James Milner that can do that, but it's really not ideal, this sort of situation. Okay, £40 million, 10% sell-on clause. That might be the final offer I can really give them. Let's just hope they accept it. No. 44.2. They're still going down a little bit, but it's not really enough. We'll go 41. Oh, 44.3. This is getting ridiculous. They've just gone back up, haven't they? £42 million. They've really milked us of everything here. They're going to take some time to consider it. Well, we don't have time. There's 4 hours to go in this window, so yeah, it doesn't seem like that deal's going to happen, unfortunately. Really, really frustrating. I'm desperately trying to push it over the line, but just couldn't get it done because obviously they're wanting huge amounts, which I don't really have, unfortunately. In fact, we are going to take a look at a right back instead. So we're sort of struggling for different options here for right back. I've put down a few anyway that I'm interested in. Tete could be an interesting one for us. Again, not really too sure what overall these guys are, so it's a bit risky. Dani Alves is a guy I like a lot, but he has recently joined PSG, so that one unfortunately can't happen. Yeah, a little bit annoyed by that, because he did join in the last window, so I would have thought he would be okay to move now, but clearly not. And so we can't sign him, unfortunately. It'd be quite a nice player to have at the club, though, as a backup. But other players also include Sidibe as well, which is a player I like a lot. He can play left-back. He's obviously left-footed as well, so it'd be interesting to have a left-footed right-back there. Traoré, another player from Monaco, is very interesting as well. So there's a few guys there which I like the look of. It's just, I think we're going to have to go for Sidibe, but I'm not really too sure exactly how much it's going to cost me. So we're going to go with Sidibe. I think it's going to be about 80, 81 overall, hopefully, which is a decent, I think, overall for him. 25 years old as well, so a little bit of growth in him. Let's try and get that deal done. We're going to offer a transfer fee, but I've literally no idea how much they want. Okay, rather than offer a transfer fee, we're going to offer them Danny Ings, see what they say. Not interested in Danny Ings, and they're looking for a right winger. Do we have a right winger? Oh yeah, let's give them Salah. Sounds good. No, we're not going to do that, quite obviously. So we just have to go with the transfer fee and literally just guess what they want. I've absolutely no clue what it's worth. So we're just going to go £16 million. We could quite clearly be overpaying here, or we could be underpaying considerably. They might walk out the room. It's a very risky deal as this one's so late on, but we're going to try and do it to obviously bring in a replacement right back, see what they say. 17.5. Okay, so we're not that far away. That's good. That's good. Glad they didn't walk out the room because they were wanting 30 or something. So that's not too far away. We will remove the sell-on clause. And I think we'll just propose £17 million. Try and get that deal done, and hopefully we can do as well. Let's see. Yes, okay, they've agreed that. Now let's move on to his wages, try and get that one sorted out, and hopefully Sidibe can join us here. Okay, he wants to be a rotational play, which is a bit of a surprise, but good for us, because obviously he's going to be. Alexander-Arnold is still, I'm hoping, going to be our starting right back. So we will accept that, so happy to go ahead with that. We'll go 5-year deal, hopefully he's okay with 5. Yes. Hopefully no release clause. We'll disregard that and move straight on to his wages, 56,000 a week. It's an appearance bonus as well. I'm going to get rid of the appearance bonus, submit the offer without that, see what he says. Not quite what he's looking for, but he's eager to join, so he does join. 56 grand a week. Happy to sign Sidibe. Brings him in as obviously a backup right back. I think it suits us a little bit better bringing in someone like that as well. Someone that's not demanding to play all the time. 79 overall, so about the 80 overall mark that I was expecting. And yeah, he's good, obviously, that he can play left and right back, which gives us that sort of ability to play players in different positions, which I do really like in our squad. We've got that throughout. If you look at players like Gomez, he can play across the whole defence. So I think it's really useful to have those sort of players in the team. And these are his stats, obviously, compared to Alexander-Arnold. Similar sort of skill attribute stats, obviously physically not quite as good, not quite as fast, but still got very good stamina and not too bad at all, is he? I'm pretty happy with that one. 6 foot as well, 25 years old. Yeah, it's going to be a really good signing, I think, for us there. And so I think that might be our last signing, but I mean, there's 4 hours to go and I've still got £25 million to spend. It seems a bit of a waste just to not use it, but at the same time, I don't just want to bring in players for the sake of it. So maybe we can think about players to bring in for next season. It certainly feels like we still need another centre-back because Lovren hopefully will leave. So maybe bringing a new centre-back now. I guess one of the players that I'm looking at for the centre-back position could be Lascelles, I think, from Newcastle. Still going to continue to look at a few other players, I think, because I'm not 100% sure exactly of his overall as well, which is a little bit risky, but he's certainly a player that will be interesting. He's an English player as well, still fairly young, 24 years old. And obviously, there's no intention of him getting into the starting lineup or anything. He would be playing in some sort of role that Lovren is, but I just would hopefully prefer him in game and trust him a little bit more. So he's a player I'm still looking at, as well as a few others, and hopefully I can find somebody that fits us a little bit better. But yeah, it's tough really, struggling for centre-backs. There's a lot of players that I'd like to move for, but for various reasons, such as they've already moved, I'm kind of struggling a little bit on that side of things. I was also looking at Alfie Mawson as well, who would be an interesting player, but again, it's just whether these guys would really fit into what I'm after. Ben Mee could be an interesting one. Left-footed player as well, which would be helpful. James Tarkowski as well, obviously recently playing for England. He might actually be a better option, 6'4". Yeah, he looks pretty good actually. I might go for James Tarkowski. What I'm trying to do here is bring in a player that's currently at a lesser club, let's say. Obviously, in terms of size of the club, we know Liverpool's bigger than Burnley, and so I want to try and bring them to this club, try and give them almost like a promotion into the side, and hopefully give them a little bit of game time. If they're fairly young and English, then that's obviously even better for us as well, because it kind of buys into a little bit of what we're trying to do here at Liverpool. So I think we might try and go for James Tarkowski. I think he could be a good player, good strength on him as well. So yeah, 6'4". Fits everything I'm after, really. Hopefully Burnley are willing to part ways with them now. Let's wait and see. Seems like they are. £13 million roughly. Maybe 15 it might cost us. We'll wait and see. If we can try and get rid of Lovren as part of that deal, that'd be good. I guess we'll wait and see whether they're interested in even having a centre-back. But we'll go player swap. We'll go centre-backs. And we will go with Dejan Lovren. Obviously got Gomez that can also play there, and he will be playing as our centre-back for the rest of the season as well. Lovren, are they interested? Yes, but they want £8.3 million. He's worth 14.5. Disgrace from the Ginger Mourinho. I'm not so happy with that. We'll go £5 million, which I think is a better amount. We've got to accept that, surely. £8 million. Okay, let's go in between those two amounts then. We'll go 6.5. Let's see what they say. And that's a better offer. They can agree to it. Let's get that one done. Let's just hope they don't come back in that Keita deal and go, actually, we'll accept it now. I doubt they will, to be honest, and even if they did, it would have left us in a difficult position. I think we should sign him next season. Next summer is when we're going to try and sign Keita, when we actually have that amount to spend and we can buy him outright and not worry about other positions and other players leaving. So we won't really go ahead with that deal, even if it was to be accepted. I'm not going to be that bothered now. Tarkowski is the player we're going to go for. Let's try and negotiate his wage. 53 grand a week, which is actually more than I was anticipating, but it is the Premier League, I suppose. And let's see, important first team player. Okay, that's also a little bit higher than I was expecting. We'll accept it though, and we will go on to the contract. I want to go 5-year deal. I want to try and sign players for as long as possible. He's happy with that. No release clause as well, which is good to see. We'll accept it and move straight onto his wage. 86 grand. He wants a clean sheets bonus of 20 as well, which seems a bit strange. But we will go ahead with his wage at the current amount and his signing on bonus. He should accept it. It's a great offer for him, is that. But he wants 98 grand. James Tarkowski, 98 grand a week. He better be a good overall. We'll negotiate slightly there. Not 100% happy with that. We'll go 95. Let's see what he says. Yes, let's get the deal done. Okay, good. 95 grand a week for James Tarkowski. Oh, he better be good. I'm not even too sure what overall he is. What overall is he? Let's find out. Okay, he's 80 overall. Yeah, it's not terrible, but obviously it's the sort of player after. Lovren was 81, this guy's obviously much younger, and he's 80 overall, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. I was a little bit worried that he was going to be like 77 overall, 76, but 80 overall is pretty decent, so I'll take that. Happy with the two signings that we've made late on here. Very impressed with those guys, and I think they could be really good additions, not just to the end of this season, but going into the next season as well. Sidibe and Tarkowski, two players that I think add a lot to the team. And these are obviously quite long-term signings as well. Obviously, I appreciate both of those guys are less than overall than the players that we've got rid of in order to bring them in, but I think long-term, these guys are the best options for us. Sidibe can obviously play left-back as well, which I'm super happy about. And I think that'll be our transfer business done now. I'm pretty sure we could maybe bring in one more player, but I think I'm happy with the guys we've brought in. And we do have, I think, like £17 million to spend if we wanted to, but there's no point bringing in players for the sake of it. So we'll continue for the final 4 hours. We'll wait and see what happens with that Keita deal. What did they say? Unacceptable. 44 was what they're after, an amount that I wasn't really willing to stretch to. 40 was my maximum. We went to 42, so we went above that amount, and they still weren't happy. We've got a bid here for Joe Gomez, a player of no interest in selling. Obviously, I appreciate we brought in some players recently that play similar positions, but still no interest in getting rid of him. I think he's going to remain on our bench, and as one of our sort of first ports of call, really, for the centre-back position. So we will keep hold of him, and we will just sim through the final 2 hours now. And that'll be the final hour. That's the transfer window done, finally. It's been a long window as this one. Just the final few days seem to drag on a lot when we were trying to sign those couple of players. I've spent 30 minutes looking at those signings now, so it has been quite a long start to today's episode. It might mean that we don't quite get through as many matches as usual. As well as that, I've also got the squad report to go through as well, which I usually do during January, so we'll do that as well in today's episode. It might be that we just have time to play one game. Okay, so let's do the squad report now. We're at the halfway point of the season. We're going to take a look, go through and have a look at how everyone's doing growth-wise so far. Obviously, we've only played half a season, but we'll still get an indication of how players are growing. Alisson's got up 1 overall so far this season. Bogdan up 1 as well. Karius up 1, as is Danny Ward. Alexander-Arnold going up 4. Got Randall going up 1 there out on loan. So Flanagan. Sidibe stay the same. Obviously, new signing. Gomez up 2. Van Dijk up 2. Matip up 1. Tarkowski the same, obviously. Mattison up 1. De Ligt up 1. Robertson up 1. Tierney up 1. Gallagher up 2. Henderson up 1. Marco up 1. Chevalier, I think, up 1 there as well. Markovic up 1. As is Oxlade-Chamberlain. Milner stays the same. Kane up 1. 3 for Cook. Lallana the same. Wijnaldum the same. Chan up 2. Kent up 2, got Woodburn up 5, which is good. 2 there for Jan. We've got Ajaria there up out on loan. He goes up 1. Shaqiri stays the same. Salah up 1. 2 for Wilson. 2 for Ojo. We've got 2 for Bobby. Brewster up 3 there. Gomez up 2. Solanke up 3. Origi up 2. Ings up 1. Sturridge the same. Firmino up 1. We got Taiwan up 1 there as well. We got Alexander up 1. And one of our youngsters that we've just brought in recently, he stays the same. Sessegnon up 4 so far. Mane up 1 as well. So some good growth overall. You can see the best players there. Woodburn up 5. Sessegnon and Alexander-Arnold up 4 as well. So pretty impressed with that. Good thing to see that no one's gone down overall, which is pretty impressive. We've got quite a young squad in general. So pretty happy about that. Let's take a look at the team now. I think we'll go with that side for this next game. Yes, this is the team we're going to go with. It's basically the same side that you used to be honest. No real changes to that team. But the bench has changed slightly. Sidibe and Tarkowski coming onto the bench. That means that Gomez drops off, obviously, and Lewis Cook as well. That's just a one-off thing. I want to try out these players at some stage, I imagine, during this game. We might want to try them out if we choose to. The next game's in over a week's time against Southampton, so there's plenty of time for players to recover. But we'll go with that side. We're currently, I think, 2 points behind Chelsea, was that? No, that's wishful thinking. 5 points behind Chelsea. Got a game in hand, though, so we can get a little bit closer to them. 4 points behind us is 3rd place. So, yeah, we'll wait to see what happens after this game. Hopefully get ourselves a victory over Huddersfield. This might be the final game of today's episode. We'll wait and see how much time we have left. I think it could be. Obviously, we spent a lot of time on transfers in today's episode, so that has meant that we've not had time to play as many games. Just going to be the one match, I think, for today's episode. But it's a game against Huddersfield. An interesting match, I think, as well here. Obviously, we know about Jurgen Klopp's relationship in real life with the Huddersfield manager. Those those guys being good friends. But in this game, we've got to just focus on the fact that we need to win here in this match. We've got to try and catch up Chelsea, 5 points behind them, and so we do have a bit of a gap to try and close if we can. Got to get off to a good start, and we have done with a good interception there. Well played. Chan wins it back in a great position. Chan now has someone to the right of him. Wijnaldum going to take a shot from range. Oh, it was dipping in, but it was tipped over the bar by the keeper. And another corner for us here. Henderson again looking for the front post. Can we pick out Van Dijk? Yes, we can, but it's saved. Good ball in. Oh, thought it should be 1-0 there. They should finish that off. It's a great chance for the Huddersfield striker. How they've picked out that pass in the box, I've no idea. Perfectly placed onto his foot, and he just puts it wide. Should do so much better. It's not far away though at all. Okay, they just hit the post, or the bar, wherever it was. That shot came out of nowhere, and again looked like they'd scored. Huddersfield having a good few chances in this game so far. We've had 1 or 2 ourselves, but they're certainly putting us under more of a threat than I think we are them. So got to be careful about that defensively. Mane now looking to try and get a delivery into the box if we can. It's a great ball in for Firmino! How the hell have you missed it? It's a free volley. I know it's on his left foot, but he absolutely skies it. Just needs to tap it a little bit. It just smashes it over the bar. I'd have gone for a header personally, but that's just me. Chance here for Ince. Ball into the box. Oh, again, the striker's had another great chance. Could have had a hat-trick so far, this striker. Unbelievable opportunity for him. This time puts it the other side of the post. And it still remains 0-0 somehow in this game. He's had 3 good opportunities now, and he's yet to score. Luckily for us, it still remains level at 0-0. And that's it for the first half. Still remains 0-0 somehow. Absolutely no idea how that's the case. We've had a couple of good chances ourselves. Huddersfield arguably the better chances and more of them as well. And it still remains 0-0. Unbelievable game, really. Both teams could have had a couple of goals each. But yeah, no goals yet. Hopefully going to get the opening goal pretty swiftly now in the second half. Got to try and be a bit more clinical, try and create some more chances, and win it back in defence more as well. We've not won it back enough or quick enough in defence, and I've allowed them too many chances. We're not clearing our lines properly at all here. It's really frustrating to see. Ball goes in the box, Alexander Arnold nowhere to be seen. Oh, terrible defending again. Every time we win back the ball, we then play it straight back to them, and it puts us in a really difficult position. So annoying. Salah this time does make a run. That's much better. Got to hit the back post from Mane. He's trying to get there, and oh, headed over the bar on the 60th minute, and we've got ourselves a corner. Can we hit Van Dijk at the front post? Maybe Firmino as well. Van Dijk going for a flick on, finds Matip, who scores? I think it's Matip that gets the goal anyway. No, is it? I've no idea. We'll wait and see on the close-up, but it's 1-0 regardless. Who scored there? It's Salah. I mean, a bit of a height difference there, Matip and Salah. But there you go, Salah scores, and it's a really good flick on actually there from Van Dijk. He does a great job at the front post to just find someone in the box, and he does. Salah gets the finish, and we're winning the game 1-0. It's about time somebody scored as well. Can't say that we massively deserve ourselves, but we do deserve a goal in the game. It's just we probably deserve more, I'd say. But it's 1-0 anyway. Salah scores, and it's nice to see him pounce on that, and we've got ourselves the lead. Huddersfield looking for an immediate response. They're probably going to get it here as well. Yeah, you could just tell. You can always tell every single time. It's not even when they've taken the shot. You can tell in the build-up to the play that they're about to score. And it's so annoying to see because you really struggle to do things defensively. But it's the same thing time and time again, scoring straight from kick-off. Chance Huddersfield again. Oh, what are you doing? You absolute mess. Right, I'm just going to hoof it out of play. I'm fed up with this. Let's make some changes. Okay, all 3 changes. Shaqiri, Origi and Chamberlain all to go on. We're going to take off Chan, Mane and Wijnaldum. Very disappointing performances from a lot of players here. In fact, I can't really think of too many that have played well. And so we are going to take a bit of a risk here. Chuck Shaqiri forward as one of our attackers now. And it does leave us obviously with a man less in midfield. Another man less in midfield. Already feels like we've been playing with one guy there. But there we go, we'll have to wait and see how that works out for us in the final stages. It really could backfire here, and I'm prepared if it does backfire, because we don't really deserve to win this game anyway, but we're going to go and try and do that right now. Shaqiri running forward, gets himself in a good position, now needs another runner, he's not quite found it, now he will find it with Origi, and he scores 2-1. The risk has worked, the 2 substitutes combine, Shaqiri onto Origi, and we're going ourselves the lead with 7 minutes to go. It's about time someone wanted to make a run, because we're not seeing it time and time again. Origi does, he wants it, he wants to run forward, he wants to get in a better position, wants to score a goal, and he does with 7 minutes to go. It's 2-1, great run from Shaqiri, from deep as well, finds a little pass through. Firmino helps us out, he gives us that space for Origi by running inside, so that's good, he drags the defender inside, and Origi with a relatively good finish. I mean, it's okay, isn't it? 7 minutes to go, Huddersfield are going to throw a lot of players forward. let's change things around a little bit again. Okay, so that's what I've decided to do now. We're going to go to 4-5-1. Obviously, we don't have any more changes that we can make, so we've had to just make do with what we've got. Players going to try and sit in a little bit now for the final 7 minutes, hit on the break if we do have any chances. Let's see how we get on. I imagine Huddersfield are going to throw a lot of players forward, including their defenders probably as well. And so we're going to be reluctant to go forward too much ourselves. It's going to be Shaqiri in particular who's going to be pressing now, trying to win back that ball if he can. But you can see how deep we've got. I've decided to put it on counter-attacking. And so these players are going to be going really deep now. But hopefully it's going to help us a little bit defensively. Just try and waste a little bit of time if we can to Salah. And we might just take this to the corner. I think we will as well. Even though we've got bodies forward, I think we'll just leave it in the corner just because I think we might mess this chance up here. We don't really look like we could score from it. Okay, out for a throwing, that's fine, killed a few minutes. There we go, that's it, game over. Wow, I was expecting more of an attack from Huddersfield. They didn't even manage one attack during those final 7 minutes. I don't know how we managed that. We seem to run down the clock really well there. And the game finishes. We got ourselves a 2-1 victory. Really had to grind that one out. That's obviously not something a Liverpool side like this should be having to do. But we didn't do very well. We didn't perform properly. Huddersfield should have won the game. I think with 3 chances in the first half, the game should have been over by half-time. We had a couple of chances ourselves, so maybe it wouldn't have been 3-0 at half-time, maybe 3-1, 3-2, but we still should have been losing at that point. And we did remain 0-0 at that stage, so very strange first half. But you see by the stats, it suggests that we should win pretty comfortably because they've not had any shots on target, but they should have had shots on target. They put them wide. They had good chances, and they should really have got something from the game. I think Huddersfield, whether that be a win or a draw, I'm not really too sure, but we should count ourselves very lucky there because we don't really deserve a lot from that match. Having said that, it's a good result because it gets us 2 points within Chelsea now, getting a little bit closer to them. Hopefully they're beginning to drop points, but not really 100% sure. United certainly are with a draw there against Tottenham, and so that also helps us out with teams obviously directly below us. And that will pretty much conclude the episode as well. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already as well, and that'd be absolutely fantastic too. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at GameFaceHD and on Instagram at GameFaceHD as well. I'd really recommend you follow me there because it obviously keeps you up to date with all these videos when they go out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.